Welcome to Summer Sausage 3. This will be very much like the first ones, with the difference being that this time we're going to show you working instead of from a grind, a custom grind. We're going to use pre-ground packs of burger like you might get from your processor. And what I'll do is I will put them in the little refrigerator that is, right there. And we'll just add them in there, let them thaw out slowly during this week. We've de-seeded and halved our peppers, decapped them, and what we're going to do now is we'll just put them right in the old colander and rinse them off and let them drain. And to be honest, you don't have to de-seed your peppers, but the seed and the webbing is where all the heat is. And if you like the flavor of a jalapeno but just don't like the heat, then de-seeding is the way to go. Now if you like more heat, you might try a serrano pepper. If you like a little less heat, you might try a poblano pepper. Either which way you go, it's your choice. You're making the sausage, you do it the way you want. We have a meat scale here. This thing can't weigh the full batch, so we'll do it 5 pounds at a time using the pan. We have 12 packs, 1.5 pounds a piece nominal of deer burger with beef fat. We're going to take them out, we're going to weigh them in the pan, we're going to do them in 5-pound increments till we keep up with how much we've got. We're going to put them over here in the meat mixer. We use this little handle here to turn it, to toss it with. We're going to stuff our casings with this little gadget right here. Put the meat in the hopper here. We're going to put it on this little guy right here, slip it up underneath here, turn the little handle. She pushes the piston down, squishes the meat here. Meat comes out here into our casing, which is over here. We've got our pot for our casings. This is, put a little salt in the water. I always like to do that. We got it warming up so it helps the casings get softer. We got our box of casings over here. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to use a little smaller casing than normal. We're going to use these clear protein lined 2-inch jobs right here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and squeeze this off and make about 3 little sausages out of this. And the protein in the casing, the lining of the casing, helps the casing stick to the meat so that when we cook it and the meat expands and then shrinks back down, the casing will stick to it. It'll make it a little nicer. Now I'm going to show you the recipe from Summer Sausage 2. And you can hit pause to capture it if you want to, or print it out. Now, let's look see what we got. We've got our spice mix for our 19 pounds, scaled up that way. What's in it? We got some Morton Tender Quick, which is mostly a table salt, but it has a little sodium nitrate, sodium nitrite in it, give a little bit extra protection and a little flavor enhancement. We have yellow mustard seeds, onion powder, black pepper, garlic powder, concentrated liquid smoke. There's our jalapeno peppers back there that we're going to put in a little food processor, grind up and make it little bitty pieces. But if you'll notice in the recipe, we have a few things that we don't really have in here yet. We're not going to add any extra salt, not in this batch. You can add it if you want to taste. And you'll notice that there's no soy in this batch. You don't see any soy flour. Why is that? Well, because in this particular recipe, I have pure deer burger. And the deer burger has been mixed at the processor with beef fat. So I don't need the soy for a binder. I don't need it for a filler. So what the soy does is it helps the sausage stick together. I've got the beef fat in there for that, and I got enough for that. So we're going to forego the soy flour in this particular batch of summer sausage. And we're going to mix the spice in there, turn her over, turn her over, turn her over, mix a little more, mix a little more, and add that salt and pepper and all the goodies in there a little bit at a time. So that we get it pretty good. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to thin my concentrated liquid smoke, and I'll add it in as well. I'll add the jalapeno peppers in it. Now don't forget to make a sample Cover it in your microwave. We need to put it on for about a minute or so and check it to make sure all the spices are right. Because if they're not, now is the time to make the adjustment. Even if you add too much salt or pepper or whatever you might have, you can always add a little bit more meat to it, or vice versa. You can always add a little bit more salt, spices, or what have you. Alright, let me show you how to stuff one of these. Just put the fibrous casing on the stuffer. You hold back pressure and you turn. Till you get about the sausage size you want. And you stop. Pinch it down. Twist. And try to get this without poking a hole in it while I got it on camera. Okay, and I get another hog ring ready. Untwist. Squish your own out there nice and tight to get it about the right size. Back it up. Again, try very carefully not to puncture it. Untwist. And you get the last one. Same way. Put a ring in here. And there you have 3 sausages. And this is a clear casing, which is a protein line, and when these things cook, the casing will stick to the meat, and I can come in here and I can slice these apart and the casing will stay to it. It won't, when they shrink back down and wrinkle, the casing will go with it. And you need to wash your units completely. You need to make sure that they're clean and sanitized. Dishwasher, anything that is dishwasher safe. Clean the tubes with brushes if you have them. Make sure that they're clean of any type of debris. Make sure that you can remove removable parts such as that silicone ring like that. Remove it, get in the groove with the brush of the piston. Same thing with threaded parts such as these. Make sure that you get in those, clean those threads real well. They're out and cooled down. Here is some summer sausage recently made. Get a little shot of the product there. It's stuffed into a 2-inch, 24-inch long protein line clear casing. Shows you the meat better, but it also, the protein coating helps the casing stick a little bit better to the meat, adheres to it better, and that works well when you make these little 3 sausages out of 1 casing type deal. And I like doing that for when I'm going to make smaller sausages and individually vacuum pack them. Now you could, of course, make 1 long sausage and then slice it in 3 pieces, but you'd have the end exposed, and gives it like that. And sometimes it's a little harder to get the air evacuated around. It's just personal choice. It's just some other way you might want to do your sausages.